Here in southeast Louisiana, we're right in the middle of truck country. And you know there's no better place than Bill Hood Truck City, the leader in new truck sales, to get a new truck or sport utility vehicle. From the tough hauls to off-road excitement to the short trips around town, Bill Hood's Truck City has the Ford or Jeep built especially for you. Why wait and why bother visiting other dealers around the area when the best selection, the best price, and the best built truck is right here at Bill Hood Truck City in Hammond.
North Shore Career College is where new beginnings happen.
Hey, Julie, I've heard you've been working.
Yeah, North Shore Career College found me a job as a medical assistant while I was still in school.
North Shore Career College's goal is to meet the needs of southeast Louisiana by providing vocational education and career training. You too can have an exciting career in the medical field. To learn more about North Shore Career College and the Financial Assistance Program, call now.
La Coretta features a great authentic Mexican atmosphere with live music every Wednesday night from 7 to 10 p.m. La Coretta has a happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. with specials on beer and the best margaritas in town. For outstanding Mexican cuisine, try our chimichangas, carne asada, fajitas, enchiladas, as well as complimentary chips and salsa. La Coretta, located at 108 Northwest Railroad Avenue, across from the post office in Hammond.
Clayton's got it, you can get it, own a home of your own, the Clayton way. Clayton's got it, you can get it, you're gonna have a Clayton good day, you're gonna have a Clayton good day, I say you're gonna have a Clayton good day.
Have a Clayton good day, Clayton Homes of Hammond.
This is Scott Perilou, District Attorney for Livingston, St. Helena, and Tangipahoa parishes. As a proud sponsor of high school football, I would like to wish all of our local teams the best of luck this year.
Reach for the goal!
Ross Downing is ready, solid as a rock. You're gonna save money every time you shop. For a car to drive to work or for fun, for a truck you can trust to get the job done. Our reputation is tried and true. Ross Downing Chevrolet means savings for you.
In Hammond.
Landry's Home Health Supply is your full-service home medical equipment provider with a Joint Commission accreditation. Landry's Home Health Supply offers 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week emergency service and provides respiratory products, TENS units, bedroom equipment and accessories, ambulatory aids, custom rehab and electric wheelchairs and scooters, bath aids, and enteral feeding. Landry's Home Health Supply serves Hammond, the North Shore, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and the surrounding areas. That's Landry's Home Health Supply, located at 1010 C.M. Fagan.
Eventually, we will all lose a friend or relative. Most of us have already lost someone dear to us. We can understand the pain and grief that such a loss causes for those who are left behind. At the time of a loss, prayers and encouragement from friends and family will help ease the most difficult time. And the family at Harry McNeely & Son Funeral Homes also provides gentle care and understanding for those who are experiencing a loss. Since 1944, Harry McNeely & Son Funeral Homes in Hammond and Ponchatoula, serving your family with dignity, sincerity, and respect.
When I opened my small business, the last thing I wanted to worry about was accounting and the hassle of paperwork.
I really need to get my company's finances in order and simplify.
Can Parish National Bank help me manage all my accounts online and give me my bank statements on CD-ROM?
Yes. With life getting more hectic, we wanted to make things easier. Are we changing the way you think about convenience in banking? Yes. Parish National Bank, leading in technology, committed to customer service.
In the market for fresh baked goods, come to Corona's in Hammond and experience a 30-year tradition. Corona serves a large selection of specialty cakes, pies, and pastries, and the fresh baked rolls and breads complement any meal. And for that special occasion, Corona proudly serves party trays and sandwiches. A family-owned and operated bakery, Corona's takes pride in everything they serve. Stop by and experience the baking tradition that is Corona's in Hammond.
The all-new Robo's Cafe in Ponchatoula features daily specials and business lunches. Choose from our many appetizers, the Tower of Rings, the infamous Blooming Onion, or our hot wings, the Robo Club, or try the fried or grilled shrimp salads. Robo's smothered chicken and hamburger steak will tantalize your taste buds. Robo's loves featuring their favorites. Robo's is open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Too often, automobile accidents are caused by drivers who are not insured. That's why the law requires your own insurance company to offer to you uninsured motorist coverage. A serious accident can have a devastating impact on you and your family. Protect yourself, protect them. Talk to your insurance agent about the benefits of uninsured motorist coverage. And if you're in an accident, talk to me. I'm Andrew Edwards.
And here we are, the FPTV coverage of Hammond, Ponchatoula, a big rivalry game that needs very little introduction tonight. Ponchatoula coming in a little bit with a struggling record. Hammond trying to clinch home field in the first round of the playoffs. It ought to be a dandy.
Yeah, James, it's going to be a powerful football game, an important football game for Hammond, and it's going to be a powerful football game for Ponchatoula because, you know, they have nothing to lose. I don't think that they have a chance of getting to the playoffs, but they have a solid football team, and they've got a lot of things to prove to their fans tonight.
Make no mistake, Ponchatoula has only won one ball game, but if you look at the schedule and who they've played, they have not been blown out. They played very competitive games against some very tough competition. I think if you look at their schedule, 4 or 5 of those teams are going to be in the playoffs. Hammond will have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, and some of the kids that are playing tonight, I actually played for some of their parents and grandparents. Oh, my God, it looks like there's a flag already, Shane.
Well, this is interesting. We'll wait for the officials to sort it out.
And welcome to tonight's game and some of our spots we're going to be showing tonight. Tonight's game being brought to you by Coldwell banker Bobby Tallow. This team of real estate professionals are well trained on the cutting edge of real estate and sales techniques. So give them a call. That's Bobby Coldwell Banker. For great Mexican food, then look no further than La Coretta's. They have outstanding service and absolutely the best Mexican food and drinks on this side of the border. Live entertainment every Wednesday night. So go by La Coretta's and get you some great food.
This is where we find out who's the toughest in Strawberry Country.
Absolutely. This game is all about bragging rights. These group of kids, they grow up playing against each other. They grow up, they know each other. A lot of these kids are neighbors. And for both of these ball clubs, there's really nothing more important than the bragging rights.
Yeah, you're right, Shane. Bragging rights for the southern end of Tangipahoa Parish. And, you know, this is a game to where, you know, win-losses, it doesn't mean a thing. It comes down to just about anything. Both teams are going to be playing hard, trying to win a football game. And, you know, I know family from both sides, on both sides of the football, and I have a lot of respect for these families, and I can tell you what, Hammond Ponchatoula just doesn't get any better than this.
Well, Bobby, an official threw a flag, but they must have just been testing out their arm early because there's no infraction being enforced, perhaps a warning to one or the other squads. Nicholas Green will be the kicker for the Ponchatoula Green Wave. He will kick it deep. Hammond's got their triumvirate back there in Stephen Golding, Brandon Scott, and Darnell Wilson. And here we go. That'll be fielded by Brandon Scott on the 6th. And good coverage by Ponchatoula as he will be tackled upended right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage by the Ponchatoula specialty teams. Brandon really had no place to go. Tried to push it up the sideline and get as much as he can, and, you know, nice return, but great cover by the Ponchatoula specialty teams.
Mo McMillan on the tackle for your Green Wave. And let's see how Hammond will come out. Scott Eisher is going to come out of the shotgun, 5 wide receivers set. Ponchatoula's coming on a blitz, and they're going to get, no. Eisher gets the ball off, and it's going to be overthrown. And somebody from the Hammond offensive line did not pick up big number 50 pouring in for Ponchatoula, John Walsh.
Well, what happened there, Shane, is there's nobody in the backfield to block anybody. You know, Scott was back there by himself, so nobody could pick up the blitzing linebacker, and Scott had to throw it away.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 on their opening possession for the Tornadoes. And this is an interesting formation as Ponchatoula is in a 3-4 alignment. Looks like the two outside backers are coming. Hammond picks him up, and he has got Brandon Scott about a 6-yard gain. Good wrap up there by Ponchatoula as I believe number 9, LaVarse Wilson, in on the stop.
Tackle by number 29, Wilson.
And also Emmett Wilson on the stop. Emmett Johnson, excuse me.
Nice pitch and throw by Scott Icy to Brandon Scott. Picked up about 5 yards, 3rd down and 5.
First big 3rd down conversion attempt of the night.
Shotgun formation for the Tors.
Looks like Ponchatoula's coming with a blitz, and I believe that's going to be a false start against Hammond.
We have a flag on the play.
In 3rd and 4 is hard enough to against what is a very good Ponchatoula defense. Now you've just made it 3rd and 9.
Looks like it's against Hammond High.
Yeah, false start on the offensive line for Ponchatoula. You know, and like you said, Shane, 3rd and 4 now, 3rd and 9, and you know you got to change your play somewhat to pick up an additional 4 yards. And you know we'll find out what Hammond's going to do here. They could run a draw. It looks like they're going to stay in their 5 wide receiver set and throw the ball downfield though.
One of the young men I'm interested to watch tonight for Ponchatoula is Robert Walker. He's one of the best young defensive ends around. And they drop him back into coverage, and Ponchatoula was not fooled at all there as they wrap up Eli Johnson for about a 4-yard loss. And Bobby, that's a big opening series for this Ponchatoula defense.
Sure was, Shane, and there was about 6 Ponchatoula defensive people there on the stop. And, you know, that's a little quick hitch, and you can see right now that Ponchatoula, they're into this football game, and, you know, they want this game. If they can win, and they can dominate the line of scrimmage, they can give Hammond all they want tonight.
Jim Hall is back on the kick. Hall is back to return. Nice high hanging kick. And will die on right about the 41-yard line. So the Ponchatoula Green Wave will start their opening series in great field position.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Clayton Mobile Homes of Hammond. They offer a fine collection of new and repos with great prices and affordable interest with no money down. So go see the friendly people at Clayton Mobile Homes, located on I-12 Soda Road across from Mount Inn, or give them a call at 542-0036.
And in at quarterback is LaShawn Robertson. He's the young sophomore who has a lot of promise for Ponchatoula. Running the option and does a good job by the Hammond defense as Tank, Morales, and Marcus Jones all in on that stop.
Yeah, I think what happened to Mr. Robinson that time, the quarterback, is that when he came out from center, Shane, he just kind of stumbled a little bit, didn't have the ball quite to make that pitch because he had the pitch man open then, but he just wasn't balanced enough to make that pitch that time, and Hammond made a good defensive stand that time on that play.
And Parker Ellis in also in on that stop.
Parker's been playing well all year, Shane.
So Robinson again, this time they get into the fullback. Big hole. He's making some people miss. Still on his feet. Up to the 40, fighting his way all the way down to the 40-yard line. And that's Aaron Lyon in on the carry. And what an outstanding run. Give a lot of credit to that Ponchatoula offensive line. They opened up a gaping hole.
Yeah, Shane, I was talking to one of the coaches before the game, and they told me that Aaron Lyon was hurt and wasn't going to play tonight, but here he is. You know, he's starting off in the backfield, and he makes that run, and he's a very solid football player. I remember him in the Jamboree the second half, and he makes significant yardage.
And Bobby, if Ponchatoula can come in here and put some points on the board, it'll give him a ton of confidence for this entire ball game. And boy, a good job of keeping his feet moving is number 49, Chris Henningsen.
Yeah, Marcus Jones there for Hammond, and also Chase Morales.
Chris Hemingson on the carry, number 49. It will be 2nd and 9.
With 8:36 to play in the first quarter of this ball game, we are tied at 0. Ponchatoula on their opening possession. It is 2nd and 8 for Mr. Robinson. Ponchatoula now coming in with a 3 wide receiver set. This is a young man who's got an excellent arm. Bobby watched him in pregame, and just a problem on the snap there is that play just looked dumb. Looked doomed, excuse me, from the start.
Yeah, false start, it looks like, by
against the Green Wave.
False start by the offensive line. It looked like a couple of them jumped off sides that time, and, you know, this is the first penalty that Ponchatoula. Both of them have been 5-yard penalties. Hammond had their first 5-yard penalty. Now Ponchatoula there.
Ponchatoula now will have 2nd and 15 as they'll replay the down on the Hammond 45-yard line.
You know, if Ponchatoula throws the football here, Shane, I wouldn't think that they would throw it in Stephen Golden's direction. Be a big mistake.
And he is going to try to throw it, and overthrows his man. That was intended for number 10, Emmett Johnson. Good coverage for Hammond, as that is Tobias Bell in on the coverage.
Thanks to Warren Montesano.
Yeah, Ponchatoula tried to get somebody out there in the flat real quick, ran a little quick sideline, and Tobias Bell was there on the defense, and, you know, he had no place to throw the ball. He was well covered by Hammond.
And one of the things that I saw in pregame warm-ups, Bobby, is from about this spot, the young man was throwing just about perfect skinny post into the end zones.
Yeah, Shane, I saw him warming up, too. He's got a very good arm, this kid Robertson, and he's done a good job for him all year.
Robinson drops. Oh my goodness. Ponchatoula had Hammond completely fooled on the play. The screenplay was there, and it just a little bit overthrown.
It'll be 4th down.
And Ponchatoula will be forced to punt this away and try to pin Hammond back in some very difficult field position.
Aaron Lyon back to punt.
Yeah, Hammond did a good job on defense that last series. You know, Ponchatoula was successful in about 4 plays, and Hammond got the ball back and caused the fourth down, and Ponchatoula's punting now.
You got him.
Lyon. Good punt. Good fair catch called for by Golding. He will take it on about the 13-yard line. So the young man from Ponchatoula does a very good job of pinning Hammond back.
Tonight's game is being sponsored by Lido Title Company. For all your real estate closings, succession, wills, corporation work, LLCS, our friend Mr. Harvey Cook at Lido Title Company will take care of you. Give him a call at 542-6420.
And Eischer will lead his troops up the line. Again, a 5-receiver set. Johnny Smith and Brandon Scott in the slot. That's Smith in motion. This may be a draw play to Smith. Eischer going with a hard count. And the ball's on the ground. I believe Eischer got it back. Ponchatoula saying they have it. Oh, what a tremendous break early in this ball game.
Scott looked like he was trying, I guess he was trying to draw somebody off sides, or nobody was in position. I just couldn't quite understand why he was taking so long. I know he's running out of time. Center snapped the football. Scott wasn't there to take the football and put the ball on the ground, and you just can't put the ball on the ground inside your own 15-yard line and get a chance to win this football game. That's got a good job by Ponchatoula reacting toward the football.
So what an excellent opportunity for the Green Wave here very early in this ball game. They will have the ball 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line of the Tours.
Okay, the Green Wave is set.
LaShawn Robinson leading his troops to the line out of a pro set 3 wide receiver. The give is to 17. The ball's on the ground. Hammond says they've got it. Let's see what the official says. The official says Ponchatoula retains possession.
And Shane, Ponchatoula runs that West Coast offense. They got 2 back split. they run the 2 and 3 wide receiver sets, and you know they're going to try to run the football up the middle and run that option play off of that West Coast offense. And you know that time, you know they didn't get the handoff from the bad exchange from quarterback to center. So you know maybe the ball's wet.
Robinson giving it to Lyon, and there's nothing there. The middle of the Toro defense just very stout as Correll Whittington and Chase Morales both in making sure that play just went nowhere. So it brings up a critical 3rd down, Bobby. And my question here philosophically early for Coach Myers, is he in 4-down position here, or would you take the field goal in the 3-0 lead?
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, he's in 4-down position here. You know, it's a 3rd down. If he doesn't pick up the 1st down here, I would look for him to try to sneak this first touchdown in, gain the momentum, okay, and play good hard defense and put Hammond on the ropes here early in the 1st quarter.
Robinson, the reason I asked that play is I think you approach this 3rd down differently if you're using it as 2-down territory versus 4. Robinson running a quarterback keeper. He's got the corner and going to be dragged down to about the 7-yard line.
The ball on the end around.
And that's going to be about 5 yards, and that tells me Ponchatoula very well may be playing for 2 down, although now they're sending in the kicker. Number 18 is Nicholas Green.
It's going to be a little tougher kick for the kicker at this position, unless he likes it from the left half side. But I mean, he can kick from the right. He's a right-footed kicker, soccer-style kicker. Normally they like to kick from the other side of the field, but you know he's way over here on the left hash mark. So let's see what happens.
Nicholas Green is out.
And big rush by the Tornadoes. They blocked the kick, and it will be Hammond's ball on the 12-yard line.
Yeah, Hammond rushed through. It looked like 5 people actually rushed through that time, and you know they had no chance at all. They had a good snap, got the kickoff, but you know not enough blocking.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by Harry McNeil and Son Funeral Home, serving your family with dignity, sincerity, and respect. Also, Ross Stanley Chevrolet in Hammond is very proud of their reputation for discounts. They have a complete line of Chevrolet cars and trucks. Great sale prices daily. Go see the friendly people at Ross Stanley Chevrolet here in Hammond.
So Eisher will try it again.
Ball's on the 12-yard line.
They're in a full house backfield. Carey and Steptoe are the 2 wide receivers. The give is to Darnell Wilson trying the side, and Ponchatoula has none of that as number 8, Robert Henderson, just made sure that play went nowhere.
Good job on Ponchatoula right now, protecting the outside on the run. And, you know, hey, Shane, it looks like right now we're going to have a ball game here tonight.
I tell you what, you got 2 defenses that are really going after it. You can't help but be impressed with the way this Ponchatoula defense has come out. I don't think Hammond has any positive yardage so far this game. Eli Johnson in motion. This is the pitch back to Brandon Scott. Nowhere to run, and he will be nailed for about a 3-yard loss. Once again, Ponchatoula all over that play as Kenny Taylor, one of the guys in on that stop.
Yeah, Ponchatoula showing great team speed on defense. You know, you're right, Shane. I mean, Hammond hasn't had any positive yardage on any of the plays so far. It's been all Ponchatoula on defense, and they've had Hammond backed up against their own goal line. So, you know, somewhere along the line, something's going to have to give. It looks like it may be the battle of turnovers that might decide this football game tonight.
Now, what I look for Hammond possibly to do, what I think I would call here, Bobby, is a deep pass either to Randy Carey or Steptoe. Even if it's intercepted, it's almost as good as a punt. And the draw play, banging his way forward about the original line of scrimmage, but that is all is Johnny Smith. And once again, Jim Hall will come in trying to kick Hammond out of trouble.
Yeah, I think what Coach Moore wanted to do right there, if he could have just popped that fullback through that first wave or through their front 4, it got in the defensive backfield because the linebackers were out. There was nobody in the middle at that time, and it was a good play to run. He just didn't have it at that time.
Once again, a great job by Ponchatoula's defense. As the kick will be taken, and this time it'll die on about the 45-yard line. So almost identical field position to what Ponchatoula had the first time they took the ball. And I tell you what, they're dominating field possession.
Tonight's game.
Let us be reminded, the first quarter.
Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by North Shore Career College in Hammond, providing a highly qualified career training to an enrolled students. Programs such as medical assistance, medical career assistance, nursing assistance, physical therapy techniques, and so on. That's North Shore Career College here in Hammond.
So Robinson again at quarterback. This is the pitch this time. Hammond's got it strung out, does a good job of staying on his feet, and he will get back to the original line of scrimmage. And excellent job of effort there, because it really wasn't much for him to run. And Hemington did a good job of getting right back to the line of scrimmage, Bobby.
It looks like it's going to be a typical Hammond Ponchatoula defensive struggle here early in the first quarter, Shane. You know, Ponchatoula's trying to establish the outside run, hasn't been able to do it. They did have about a 17-yard run by one of the running backs earlier in the first quarter, but you know, it looks like it's going to be a tough defensive battle tonight.
So Robinson leads his troops back to the line. It is 2nd and 10 for the Green Wave, and gonna try to go deep. And let's see, Duke Adams almost has the interception.
Robinson pass falls.
And a good job by the Ponchatoula wide receiver, is that Emmett Johnson did a good job of turning himself into a defender and preventing Duke Adams from making that interception.
Yeah, if Robinson would have led that out just a little bit more, I think that Emmett might have had a chance to make that reception and maybe put it in for 6, but, you know, he was well covered by Mr. Duke Adams, and, you know, Duke's done that all year for the Tornadoes.
So it brings up a big 3rd down. Ponchatoula will go with a 3 wide receiver set. The young man in the slot is Brad Patty. Ball's on the ground, and let's see, I believe Hammond does have it. His big number 94 for the Tornadoes. That is Tim Slocum. And Hammond gets their first big break of the ball game.
Yeah, Shane, not only did they get a good break, but they've got great field somewhere inside their own 20-yard line the first 2 possessions. Now they get a turnover. Here we go, battle of turnovers. They get the ball on their own, on Ponchatoula's 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's see what the Tornadoes can do here.
Well, we've seen Ponchatoula's defense be very stout throughout the first 9 minutes of this ball game, as there's 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
The ball's on the 34-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tours.
Icer going to have to throw it sooner than he wanted to. He overthrows Darnell Wilson, and you got to give credit to big number 8 for Ponchatoula. He comes pouring in. That's Robert Henderson, one of the young men we talked about, and he just flat out beat his man to the quarterback.
He sure did. I mean, Scott stood in there, took the hit, made the throw. It was a foot race to the football. Darnell just couldn't quite get there. Had the man beat or had a step on the defender, but, you know, Scott had to get rid of it real quick and incomplete.
So far, Ponchatoula has won the battle at the line of scrimmage. They've gotten some of the best heat we've seen on Scott Icer all year. Again, the blitz. Icer in a lot of trouble.
By number 36.
Mo Armillan all over the football. And Bobby, this Ponchatoula defense is flat out playing right now.
Well, they're showing me a lot of quickness, and they're showing me a lot of grit. They're going to blitz with their linebackers. So, you know, they're playing total defense tonight, and it's going to be a hard-fought game for both teams.
And Bobby, true to form, this Ponchatoula defense, nobody has really driven the length of the field on them this year. Underneath is step toe and going to get out of bounds about the 27-yard line, and oh my goodness, that's going to be a personal foul against the Green Wave, and that was a play they didn't need to make because they had Hammond stop.
Yeah, Shane, there's another bad break right there for the Green Wave. Let's see what it's going to be. It's probably going to be a personal foul call, but we don't know just yet. Let's see. Yes, that's what it is, personal foul on Ponchatoula.
And that's going to be half the distance to the goal line from the 24-yard line, so that's going to give Hammond the ball on about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Hammond was going to probably be somewhere around 3 to 4 yards short of the first down.
And Bobby Michael's got a point. You know, that may have technically been the right call, but that's a very difficult play for a receiver who's just flying, trying to make a stop to try to pull himself up. You know, that's a very difficult call. The judgment call by the official, obviously he felt that it was flagrant enough to call it, but very tough break early for Ponchatoula.
Yeah, I thought it was very close too, but the official was right there and made the call, and, you know, we got to live and die by these flags.
And the give is to Golding. He will bang it forward to about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, what Petey brings to you is a lot of inside, inside the tackle type of running, a quick burst of speed, and he's got that powerful fullback. That'd be number 92, Mr. Marcus Jones. And don't be surprised if he gets a carry sometime or in this series here, especially if they get inside the 5-yard line, Shane.
Well, what you also may see here is they may try to work with Carey one-on-one on that fade route, Bobby. Bobby likes the slant, the step toe. They pump fake it, gonna go to Golding. Ponchatoula's got the coverage, but I believe, oh my goodness. I thought Stephen Golding had made a catch. It's across the field, there's no way for us to see it, but great defense by Ponchatoula. They very well scouted and made it almost an impossible play for Hammond to make.
Well, yeah, and it's a hard play. It's a hard play to defend as a defensive back. I mean, you've got your back turned, you're sprinting with the receiver, and all of a sudden here comes the football, and he had good coverage. It was just a little bit overthrown.
LaVarse Wilson on the coverage. He's open, ice to throw it. It would have been a heck of a catch by step toe, just a little bit behind him. There is a flag down on the play in a position that a lot of times you see offensive.
Field goal, a chance to kick the field goal. I don't think Hammond's going to go for the first down here. They bring on their kicker, Jim Hall.
Jim Hall comes in. Now, where Hammond has struggled has not necessarily in Jim Hall kicking. It's the protection up front for Jim Hall. Most of Jim Hall's misses have come from blocks.
Very critical here for
supplies, option customized power wheelchairs, scooters, and hospital in Hammond. For all your home medical equipment needs, please give them a call at 1-800-357-0553. Landry's Home Health Supplies.
Sonic has 3 locations to serve you. Danny and Ruth Pepper invite you to stop in after
Parish National Bank, with over three decades of serving our Florida parishes, 365 million in assets, online banking, city-run, local people, local decisions. Member FDIC, that's Parish National Bank.
Try one of our famous colonies. Stop by Sonic today for a great meal.
Bill Hood Ford, located here in Hammond. Great selection of new and used Ford products.
Drive and 8th Street.
And a great service department at Bill Hood Ford, so give them a call at 345-1590. Robo's Cafe.
You want the best fried seafood in town, a cook-to-order meal done just the way you like it? How about a bloomin' onion or a huge order of onion rings? Go and see our friends at Robo's Cafe, located across from Gabriel's in downtown Ponchatoula. Right now, come by for all-you-can-eat catfish every day, and kids eat free on Mondays. Also, Amtrak Mortgage. Rates are at an all-time low right now, so don't hesitate or it'll be too late. Proud supporters of all Tangipahoa athletics. Stop by and see Randall Smith, Cookie Drude, Michelle Sylvester, or Joanna Harris. Programs to fit all needs. Give them a call at 902-9014.
The kicker for the Scores.
And Jim Hall will approach the ball. He will kick it. High, booming kick when we field it on about the 2. And he's got a seam. Finally closed on by the Tornadoes. That was Emmett Johnson in on the return.
Ball on about the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Greenway.
If you're looking for that special company to take care of all your business needs, then why not try the professional staff at Quick Copy Printing in Hammond? So go see the friendly staff at Quick Copy for the highest level of customer service. Quick Copy, located at 2107 West Thomas Street in Hammond.
It is 3-0 Tornadoes. They lead with 32 seconds to go in the first quarter in a game that has featured very stout defenses on both sides, especially Ponchatoula, with the way they have done a very good job of stifling this explosive Tornado offense. And flags all over the place. That looks to be possibly a face mask against the Tornadoes. And a flag is they're going to get somebody also for a little extracurricular activity, and that might be 30 yards against the Tornadoes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't see, of course, I didn't see the first flag. It could have been a face mask. It could have been a holding. It could have been a clip. But the second one I did see, and, you know, and that's unnecessary there.
This is an important call early here, Bobby.
We'll go back to the last possession that Hammond had. Hammond actually had the ball, recovered the fumble, and took over 1st and 10 at the Ponchatoula 33, 34-yard line. And Ponchatoula did a great job on defense, containing Hammond and just allowing the 3 points.
And that's going to be a clip against Ponchatoula and personal foul against Hammond. So the plays are going to offset each other, I think. No, maybe it's 50, well, probably not, because it's 15 yards from the spot of the foul on the clip, and now they're going to come back up 15 yards.
That's Ponchatoula's penalty.
Now they're going to mark off the 15 yards against Hammond.
Penalty.
So it ends up being about a 2-yard net on the play, and it will bring 2nd down. Actually, about a 3-yard net. And Bobby, I believe Hammond only has 1 first down here early in this ball game, and that just really shows you what a good job Ponchatoula is doing on defense. But you also have to give some credit to Hammond's defense, as they had a ball turned over inside their own red zone, and Ponchatoula did not come away with any points from it. Coming on the blitz, he's got number 10. And, oh, what a good job of Emmett Johnson fighting his way forward. He's going to have a first down for the Green Wave.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage. Robertson found number 10, Johnson. Duke Adams was covering. He couldn't get over there in time. I mean, you know, that's what you have to look for. You're going to look for a mismatch like that. If Ponchatoula's going to throw the football, they're going to find that one-on-one, man-to-man coverage, which they did. Nice pitch and catch from Robinson to Johnson. First down, Ponchatoula.
So Ponchatoula has it 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Robinson will hand the ball off, and there's nothing there as the Tornadoes do a good job of stuffing that at the line. And the end of 1, it is the Hammond Tornadoes 3, the Ponchatoula Green Wave nothing.
On the run.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by Coldwell Banker, Bobby Tallow Realty. This team of real estate professionals are well trained on the cutting edge of real estate sales techniques and technology. Go by and see Johnny Alfonso, Elaine McKinney, Judy Solomon, Ned Smith, Joanne Bernard, Gene Tallow, Thomas McKellar, or Bobby Tallow. Coldwell Banker, Bobby Tallow in Hammond. Give them a call at 345-6802.
And anything with Bearland logo on it.
Robinson leads his troop back up to the line. It is 2nd and 9.
Wins $50. Compliments of Bearland Motors.
The battery mates of Chris Hennington and Aaron Lyon in the backfield for Ponchatoula.
2nd and 9.
And nothing doing there as Chase Morales pours through the air and just says hello.
5 yards.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're right. That was Tim Slocum come pouring through there.
Ball's on the 36-yard line, and we're...
So 3rd and 14 facing the Green Wave here in what has been a defensive battle.
Yeah, really no place for the running back to go that time. Robinson almost fumbled the ball. I mean, Slocum was in the backfield so quick, and it looked like he was getting ready to start to pitch that ball. Glad he didn't, because he would have turned the ball over and Hammond would have had another chance to score.
So Ponchatoula will run 2 wides to your near side. That is number 86 for the Green Wave. He was not in our program. Excuse me, I'm sorry, that's number 88, John Stock. And Emmett Johnson, and that's going to cost Ponchatoula 5 yards on a delay of game penalty.
Delay of game against Ponchatoula, 5 yards.
You know, Shane, Ponchatoula looked like they had a little something going, running in between the tackles. Now they look like they've decided to go into a passing formation here. Well, they're going to have to, but, you know, single coverage over here. You got it?
And going to set up the screen, middle screen. And who is that? Yeah, that play. The only person not fooled on the entire team was number 99, Damon Square. And Bobby, that's a young man who in the last couple of weeks has really stepped up his ball game.
Yeah, remember watching him before the preseason, before the season started. We were out on the practice fields a lot. We watched this kid grow up this year, and you know he's starting to get a lot of PT, and he's improving every week, Shane.
And going to be a tough punt as it will hit on the 37-yard line. And boy, oh boy, only about an 8-yard net on the punt. Hammond will get another outstanding break here early.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to...
For great Mexican food, then look no further than La Corretta's. They have outstanding service and absolutely the best Mexican food and drinks on this side of the board. Live entertainment every Wednesday night. So go by and see La Corretta's here in Hammond. Clayton Mobile Homes. They offer a fine collection of new and repo with great price and a 4% interest rate with no money down. So go see the friendly people at Clayton Mobile Homes in Hammond.
So Scott Eister and his troops will have outstanding field position here to work with. And another heavy rush by Ponchatoula, and he's going to be sacked. The ball pops loose. Number 57 for Ponchatoula comes up with the play. That's Nick Chester. Comes up with the big sack. Well, I'm sorry, Trace King came up with the sack, and 57 comes up with the coverage.
Number 57.
And we've talked about it all year, how aggressive you can be when you send pressure. And, you know, Hammond likes to throw the football. Ponchatoula knows that. So they're bringing the pressure. They're coming from, you know, that time it looked like they came from a safety and ran a safety blitz. But, you know, Ponchatoula's playing great defense. Got to stop here. Made Hammond turn the ball over. 1st and 10, Ponchatoula.
So 3 wide receivers set for the Green Wave as they will have the ball on the 47-yard line and going to be met in the backfield by the Tornadoes as number 90 for the Herschel Robinson coming in and just says hello.
Lost 2 yards on the play. It'll be 1st and 12.
And you see the young man, and what I like about one of the young players who came with that play a minute ago was Trace King. He was your quarterback at Ponchatoula for a couple of years. They decided to go with kind of a youth movement at quarterback, bringing in the sophomore, and a lot of guys would have sulked. All Trace King did is say, okay, coach, move me to defense and I'll come up with a play for you.
Oh, yeah, Trace King, great athlete, you know, team player, and, you know, that's why he's on this football team field tonight for the Ponchatoula Green Wave.
And going to run the option, going to try to throw it, and Tobias Bell has the coverage on the play. And, you know, Bell does a very good job of that time getting in the receiver's way without committing interference.
Yeah, I thought Johnson kind of stopped on his route a little bit that time. If he'd have continued to just float a little bit, he might have had a chance of catching the football. But, you know, we had great coverage by Tobias Bell that time.
So bring up a 3rd and 13 for the Green Wave.
3rd down and 12 for the Green Wave.
And how many plays do you have for 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13?
It's a very tough position to put your offense in. But Hammond's defense, if they've had a bugaboo this year, they have given up a lot of 3rd and longs. And big rush, gonna get hit and incomplete. And you got to give credit to number 90, number 49, also for the Tornadoes, as that was, I believe, Herschel Robinson and
Parker